Hey everybody, thanks for joining. This is Giuseppe at Boomtown. Hope you are all snuggled up at home, safe, well. You're really excited, obviously, to spend some time with you today and just go over some stuff that's very helpful, especially that's a little bit more focused on, this whole epidemic that's going on and how we can still help merchants with a lot of these features and tools. I know that eHopper, who we're talking about today, and our partners have helped a lot of merchants convert to doing a little bit more online sales, order ahead, takeout, even for retail. So really excited to talk about that with you today. You should see my screen. It should say Boomtown. Feel free to write in questions, and then let me know if you have any questions after as well. Just email me, joey@goboomtown.com. I do have a few guests today. Again, feel free to send out feedback as well if you have feedback besides obviously just some basic questions. We'd love to hear your thoughts and kind of where your head's at with a lot of this. We do have more solutions that should be able to help, but today we'll be focused on again eHopper and and how we can help merchants, mostly restaurants, with online ordering ahead. Before we get into eHopper, and I'm still waiting for my guest Matt Fogarty to jump on. Just give me 1 second. We're going to go over a few different things. First on our agenda is to go over on our on-device support SDK. I have Alan from Boomtown who will be joining me. And here, this is a really neat tool that we built. And what we do here is basically we have our SDK, available on PAX devices, a Clover device. It's the ability to kind of brand a support button right in the software and right on the terminal. So when they press for help, they can get a call and they're able to jump on and basically, create a ticket for your support team or our team. Give me 1 second. I'm getting a lot of feedback from somewhere. Sorry, give me 1 second. And then what we'll do is we'll jump into the sub-reseller portals for Swipe Simple. What this means is basically like Poynt, where you have your own reseller portal. You can go in there and you can board, if you're a Swipe Simple reseller through Boomtown, you can go in there and board Swipe Simple on your own. And then you can also, do a lot of updates with the Swipe Simple portal. And then last but not least, we'll go and we'll have Matt from eHopper speak about eHopper again, a little bit more about the order ahead and delivery mechanisms, and a little bit more about eHopper POS in general. So we'll jump over there, but let's start first. A lot of you already know who Boomtown is. I just put a slide in there because some people are new and don't know everything about Boomtown, but just basically a quick overview on how we do remote support, field services, and we have a support software for a lot of fintech companies, banks, and ISOs. We're going to jump into the on-device support first with Alan. Alan, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. Yeah, thanks for joining this morning. Again, really excited to show our partners kind of what we've been building a lot for our ISV partners, for banks and ISOs, and how we've been using this on-device support feature, which I'm really excited about. I know that a lot of our partners are excited about it. And just one thing to preference, if you are just in our smart terminal channel, but you're interested in this, it's actually really easy to get going with us. So just, I'd love to just show you this, spend a few minutes on what we're building and, how this has been really effective, especially for the ISO community. But Alan, again, thanks for joining today.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Quick introduction. My name is Alan Finley. I run product at Boomtown. So just wanted to jump in for maybe 5 minutes tops here to give you a quick highlight of something we recently released. So as you can see on this screen, a couple months ago, we launched what we call our support SDK, which is essentially our product for in-app or on-device support. And it's omni-channel, so you can chat, you can do phone, email, knowledge base. It all rolls up into one integration. So it started as a way to put support in a help button inside an application. And then in the last release, we bundled it up and launched it so you can actually create your own private labeled support app on both PAX and Clover. So through the Boomtown platform, you can set it up, you can configure it with any of the support channels you want. You can package it into an application, and you can distribute it to your own merchant that's all private labeled, your logo, your colors, that lives on the device. So it would be an app on the home screen like any other app, and you can control who it goes out to or who it does not go out to. So I'm going to talk about a couple different of the key features that are part of the SDK, and I'll go through it pretty quickly, but obviously if you have questions, you all have Giuseppe's email, so you could always ask him and he can get us in touch. But first, you can customize what channels you want to show. So you have the ability to do a live chat. You can have like, call me back. So you can go in the queue and people can type in a message and get a call back. You can integrate your knowledge base, and you can provide email and phone support all on the device itself. I'm going to go to the next slide. So first, just a quick overview of live chat. When you're on the device, your merchants can tap a single button and launch a live chat conversation. That can be with your team. So we leverage chatbots with our live chat primarily for the purpose of, one, guiding a conversation and delivering knowledge-based articles, but also to automate FAQs. If you get the same questions over and over about fees or statements or account questions, you can program kind of FAQ automation for those and just reduce your overall call volume by a little bit for people that find their own answers. And then for questions that actually need to get to an agent, it's really easy, and we have it set up so you can route it to different teams. So based on what the question is, you can route it to different teams internally. You could even send it over to Boomtown, for example, if we were doing your technical support. That could route cross-organization, end up in Boomtown's queue, and we could resolve that for you. Next slide. So in addition to live chat, you can display and show your entire knowledge base inside or on the device. So you can import your current knowledge. If you have knowledge about your products, your services, your accounts, your fees, whatever it is that you have in your knowledge base today, you can import that and show it inside the application. And then you can also tap into Boomtown's universal knowledge. So all the knowledge we use to support customers on Clover, on Pax, on Poynt, on any device, you can actually pull that in if it's available and present it back to your customers. Again, just a way to reduce volume a little bit. If people are looking to find their own answers and they're right there on the device, it's a nice way for people to quickly pull it up and not have to call you and get into your queue. Next slide. The next one, real quick, the call me back functionality. People really seem to like this one. I think it's great for a busy merchant where someone doesn't necessarily want to be on a live chat or doesn't want to wait on a phone, but does want to talk to somebody. You can show it so people can click call me. They then, if it's already connected to their profile, which it would be on Clover and Pax, it automatically pulls in their phone number if it's on file, and they can just type in their message of what they need help with. Or they can type in their own phone number, they click OK, they get a confirmation text message letting them know that you've received their request, and then it creates a ticket for your team. So as soon as it gets to the top of your queue or someone's available to call down, they can call down to that customer and complete the actual request that was needed. So just a nice way to not have to let your merchants wait on hold when they don't want to, but they can still get the help over the phone. And
one thing I was just going to answer is for people is if this creates a ticket in our platform, if you're using our support platform, but it can also create a ticket if you're using an external ticket management system. We do integrate with other ticket management systems. Of course, we'd love you to use our platform with the versatile tools, but just in case if you already implemented something, we can integrate this to your existing ticketing system and pass the ticket to that platform.
Yep, thanks. And then just one more, this one's pretty cool when it's on device, is through the SDK, you can do live video or live screen sharing. So if you're trying to troubleshoot, you're trying to see what they're seeing on their screen with no download, unlike a team viewer or something where you have to do a download and remote in, we just have the ability to mirror the screen. So when you're in a chat, you click a video button, they confirm that they want to share your screen and it pops up and you can see exactly what they see as they navigate around the device. So it makes it really easy for remote troubleshooting, helps to reduce total time to resolution on various interactions you have with your customers when it is more of a technical troubleshooting question. And I believe that's it. If anyone has any questions, if you want to see a demo or if you want to learn more, you have Giuseppe's email. Feel free to email him. He can put us in touch. I'd love to show you more about this if anyone's interested.
And Alan, a few questions. Of course, Boomtown has put this on the Clover device or works with Clover. We put it on the Pax device or works with Pax. If I have my own POS system, if I have my own terminal software, can I use this SDK on that? Is that hard to implement?
No, it's actually really easy, and that was the main purpose that we built it for. So the way it works, it's available on iOS and Android. And so any app you have, any terminal management system typically runs on Android or iOS. And what happens is in the software, you configure it. So you set up your channels, your routing, the look and feel, the branding, everything like that on the website. And then it gives you a single line of code. that you copy and paste into your app, and you can put it behind any help button you want inside your application. So as soon as a customer goes in and clicks that help button, it launches them into the full suite of options that you've given them, whether it's live chat or call me or knowledge base. It all lives in one place. So it's really easy to integrate. We've seen people kind of put it in and customize it with their own colors and logos in under an hour. So it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, and guys, if you don't work with Boomtown today in remote support, if you're just in our reseller channel, you can still utilize these tools, and we can obviously propose a few ideas to you and do a few exercises on how we can put a universal button across all of your products. It would probably have to be a smart terminal or anything that has an iOS or kind of Android screen. But one thing that's really neat is what you're seeing here, the screen share that's on a POS. We do this with you can see the screen of a PAX terminal. So it's just easier to support someone. We're like, hey, you see that button right there? You can literally show them and see exactly what they're looking at, which has been really helpful. The other piece that this is super helpful for is a lot of our premier partners, enterprise partners, are rolling this out with their agents and their sales reps out in the field. So if we go back a second on these slides, you'll see that they're getting these universal knowledge base out in the field, so someone can ask questions about Clover or get pricing for their internal team. And then they also have the ability to have all these different communication channels to their sales support team or the relationship managers. So we can have it so a sales agent ticket goes to a relationship manager, a merchant's ticket goes to your support team. So there's a few different ways that we can work with that for the intelligent routing. But just something to call out, a lot of again, our enterprise partners that have a lot of agents in the field or salespeople out in the field are utilizing this tool for sales support just as much as they're using it for the merchant support. Let me see if there's any other questions. But Alan, yeah, thanks so much for joining us today. I have a few other questions that I'll just take directly and email these guys back on. But I really do appreciate your time, and hopefully we can get this in the hands of more of our partners.
Yeah, thanks so much. Appreciate you having me on.
All right, guys, going to move over to a quick segment on Swipe Symbol before we jump into eHopper. Just want to let you know that there are sub-reseller portals. If you sell Poynt or Swipe Symbol through Boomtown, Poynt, you get your own sub-reseller portal to board merchants, edit their profiles in real time. You now have that ability with Swipe Symbol. So basically adding merchants, you can actually brand the experience now so they don't see Swipe Symbol when they log into the app. They can see like your ISO, your bank, your payment company. So really easy boarding. The ability to reset passwords on your own. You can always obviously use our support for this, but just faster, if you want to be helping your merchant add users, be able to add additional users to the merchant account, changing batch times. All of this will be available through, again, this kind of sub-reseller portal. One thing that's really neat, like you can do on Poynt, is you can actually see and view the merchant experience the way the merchant views it. So you can go into their kind of, their merchant dashboard and start doing functions the way they're doing it, add, items to their menu, look at their invoices, and just a little bit better for support. Of course, we support your merchants in this channel, but some people just like be a little bit more hands-on or do things without us. So you have the ability to do this. And one question that someone just asked on the, can you share the screen control? Let me look at this. Can we actually control that? Yes, absolutely. You can control the PAX terminal remotely with the SDK Alan was just speaking about. Back to this real fast. The other thing about setting up the reseller portal is you have the ability to do a little bit more on the settings side, so you can kind of get them all up and running before they even get their Swipe Symbol account. Again, brand it the way you want, set it up the way that they've told you to set it up for them. Again, a little bit more hands-on. We can still handle this for you, but if you want to do more boarding yourself, you have the ability to do that. So next we have Matt from eHopper POS. Again, really excited to talk about this given the current COVID-19 and a lot of these restaurants are kind of struggling. eHopper has a really good order ahead and takeout delivery software. And so they've been pushing this out heavily in the New York area for some of these restaurants that are suffering and still want to be able to obviously sell food. So Matt, you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. It's a little quiet, but we can hear you, I think, okay. And Matt, do you want me to send over the presenter role?
Yes, please. Please do.
Okay, great. I'm going to make you the presenter right now, okay? And I'll confirm when we see your screen. All right, looks like we are on your screen. Thanks for joining us today, Matt.
Right,
Really appreciate it. Do you mind just giving a quick introduction of yourself and your role with eHopper?
Yes, certainly. So thanks very much for having me today, Joey, and it's a pleasure to have an opportunity to speak with everyone here in light of everything that's going on here. My name is Matt Flaherty with eHopper POS. I am the channel sales manager, and so I handle the balance of our revenue generation activities. And we have, despite everything that has been going on, we've seen some very impressive activity in what would be considered really an out, not within the customary POS in-store experience. And I think we have a good story to tell and share with everybody that is here on the call today, if I may. So just by way of introduction, we're all experiencing a very challenging road ahead. And as with other landmark events, this will surely redefine merchant business forever, or at the very least alter it. So what we're going to talk about today, the tree in the road today, the road ahead, and how can we at eHopper help? Okay. We are not just an online ordering platform. Okay. We are a fully comprehensive in-store POS, back office with full inventory control and reporting. But we do also happen to offer an online ordering solution, and we've really ramped up our efforts on this front as of late. It's a fully comprehensive platform that integrates with Facebook Marketplace and Instagram Marketplace. So let's not just think within the context of our quick service restaurant or full service restaurant or bar and grill folks. Retailers got to get goods out off the docks as well. If they have a Facebook Marketplace or an Instagram Marketplace account, we can integrate that with their online ordering platform. We are really driving the branding of this as fast, and fast. Okay, we can get an online site up and running in 24 to 48 hours. Okay, and it is mobile friendly. It supports takeout, curbside pickup, as well as delivery. So I do want to talk to you today within the context of having two different hats, right? There's the simple, fast, the need right now, but there are also advanced, extended, comprehensive elements of our solution that we would be remiss if we didn't touch on here today. But the biggest thing is that we are offering our online ordering solution free for 3 months. Okay, in this time, we are offering our online ordering solution free for 3 months. We have, by way of demonstration example accounts, we have 4 sites set up, and I will briefly run through some of the features available on each of those templates. And, since we've launched this free for 3 months program, which we are willing to extend it if things in certain metropolitan areas or geographies tends to run a little bit beyond what we're all either hoping or forecasting, we would absolutely consider extending the 3 months free to 6 months if needed. Now, we launched this program on the feast of the good St. Patrick, and in those last 15 days, we have seen over 50 signups. So we have gained a lot of traction on it thus far. So you all know our current gateway integrations today are with Authorize.net, Stripe, PayPal, and we are currently in progress of building and finalizing an integration with NMI. By way of customer experience, and I'll touch on these as we go through some of the sample demonstration accounts. Here are some of the features, and obviously you can apply the benefits of those to both the present day, now, and down the line and in the future after we get through this short-term interim. Email notifications both on for the receipts of the order and placing the order and receiving on the merchant side that an online order has come in. We support the integration with QR codes. So if you wanted to create a digital customer experience where your products on a menu have a corresponding QR code, scan it with your phone, take a picture of it with your phone. It can pop up in your mobile phone shopping cart right there at the table that you can order the product there and also tender out payment. We'll get into some of those pay-at-the-table online experience features in just a moment, but that also rolls into that is waiter paging as well. These can also be set up exclusively to in-restaurant experience so that when you move out of the geographical zone of the restaurant, say you return back home, you won't be able to use those features. So we can put an exclusivity of in-restaurant only experience to it. We also support customer feedback. We can put a green smiley face, a yellow moderate face, and a red sad face to how did we help serve you today. We also support digital signage, reservations, and also the ability to sell gift cards and gift certificates online. And just by way of reference, this is my name, my role, the best number to reach me, and my email address. And so as committed, I'd be happy to cascade this to everyone on the call here as well. Let's walk into some of the sites and what they look like. Let me just minimize this out a little bit, if I may. I guess I can't. Okay, well, I'm doing the best I can. Nevertheless, this is a sample site that we can set up for your merchants, okay? You can shop by tapping on the shopping cart, add items to your cart, add items to your cart, change and control the pricing. This is a full and complete managed service by our in-house implementation, delivery, and support team. However, the merchants will have control of the products, the pictures, the modifiers for modifications, the product variances as well, all from their back office account. So we can even support a customer that has no interest in running our POS solution in store. We can set them up with the free essential account and just have them an online ordering customer only, where they would be able to use the back office to control and push out their products to their corresponding online ordering site. So this is a sample of what a retail site would look like. This is a sample of what a quick service restaurant or restaurant without reservations would look like. Okay, all of this can be customized with plugins. It's a pretty sharp looking solution that we can come up with here. If I go to menu now, don't be alarmed if you see some essential oils in the shopping cart. I understand this is a food demo, but they're just really ipsum lorem text placeholders. If you can just forgive that. If I go over
and guys,
to the
one thing
salon,
we didn't preface, I was going to say one thing we didn't preference really quickly on that is that, guys, eHopper POS does integrate with Poynt and other, it's pretty universal in regard to hardware. So this is a great way to get into these businesses now and say, hey, we can set up your online cart and then slowly, obviously, convert them to the POS later on once, hopefully, when we get out of this, when we get out of this quarantine and bubble that we're kind of in right now. So just something to think about as well.
And even to piggyback on that point, Joey, that's a great jump in there. One of the more frequently asked questions by the reseller merchant services community to us is, can we integrate the Poynt platform with other device platforms? And the answer is yes, we do. We are hardware neutral, so you can run a register on a multitude of devices, including the Poynt. And so if you wanted to have a multi-platform environment for the Poynt 5 mobile smart terminal for pay at the table and a classical countertop station back at the main hostess stand or behind the bar or whatever you might need, we can support a multi-platform environment as well.
Yeah, perfect.
Getting back to the salon demo, as I mentioned, that we can support reservations. If I tap on this book an appointment, we can walk through the workflows of booking an appointment, or if you can imagine with your mind's eye, setting a reservation. So you can just you can customize these drop downs. All of these are completely customizable features. So don't be looking untoward on it with staff. You can check the availability. Time slots will appear where your customers can book their appointments or set their reservations. Okay. Now, I touched on fast. We can get a site up and running in 24 to 48 hours. Well, since we do host it is a managed service, and we do host this bolted on shopping cart on our servers, we can approach this in one of two ways. For the short-term needs, for merchants who do not have a website already, they can run on our website, on our online ordering website's Rails in the short term. And then when things go back to normal, they set up a website, then we can just bolt on that shopping cart onto their now new website and domain. For those merchants that have a website already, like I said, this can just bolt on to their pre-existing website or domain and slap it right on there. But if we're selling this as fast for the short term, this is something that we can create to get around this interim period. We can just set up a real quick and easy, simple shopping cart, just like so. And the last thing that I wanted to touch on,
one of our partners, Matt, one thing I wanted to touch on real quickly on this page is one of our partners just signed up a really good franchise, a pretty well-known franchise that they didn't really have a chance of getting into at first because I think they were already using another POS, but that POS didn't have the online ordering. So because they've gotten in the door again, and they've been able to now convert that restaurant to be a little bit more agnostic to order ahead, takeout, delivery, they're now, obviously already in conversations on how they can utilize this full software for their POS as well. So this platform right here is really easy to use, and it's pretty damn dynamic. So I think it's a really awesome opportunity again to build more relationships, given the current times.
100% agreed, and this is where the sauce really gets spicy here. This is, as I alluded to earlier in the presentation, our digital interactive customer experience. Now, I have the web browser here optimized to mimic a mobile phone, just to give you a sense of scale at how these sites can be optimized for mobile phone viewing. This is an example of the order online from your phone at the table, okay, where you can page a waiter, ask for your bill, or you can order the products from your phone at the table at the restaurant that you're sitting at. And then you can just simply scan a QR code if the menu has the built-in corresponding QR codes, or simply tap on your phone to add the products to your basket, and then check out your basket, like so. Okay. And then you can also offer your feedback, smiley face, middle face, sad face.
And one thing, guys, here in California, we have the shelter in place, or we've had the shelter in place for a while. And a lot of the restaurants, they'll say takeout only, but you can still walk in and order. You just can't dine in. So this is a perfect opportunity that they have signs. They'll say, hey, feel free to wait in line, or order on your phone, go to this website, and it's mobilized obviously for their phone and their smartphone device. So that's just a really easy way for them to kind of break up the lines and give people their customers a little bit more flexibility on how they're ordering, if they are in person or if they are again at their desk at home. But a quick order online, even outside the store, if they feel uncomfortable kind of waiting inside with all these different people. And I've seen that be very effective in California. I understand every market's kind of a little different right now, but the ones that have, the shelter in place, and the ones that are not allowed to have dine-in right now, this has been really effective for that.
Agreed on all fronts. So yeah, I understand that this is a bit of a fire hose. I tried to condense and summarize as much of this content as I possibly could here within this short window, and being mindful of all of our collective time here. But if you would like to learn more, just kindly do not hesitate to reach out to me. I'd be happy to help answer any questions, work with you on building out a customized solution for any of your merchants. Happy to help at any time.
Hey, Matt, what real quickly, what does it look like if the merchant receives the order? Do they receive it on a tablet if they don't have like the POS data? What is that experience like?
So if they are using our POS solution in store as their POS, they will receive two things. All online orders will create an email notification. And if they are using the eHopper Freedom Count or the eHopper Restaurant Plan, there will be a little notification in the lower right-hand corner that says online ordering. You tap it, you save the order, it kicks out to the kitchen printers for fulfillment. So two things happen. An email notification gets sent, and a notification within the front end of the POS is right there in big red, online order in.
And right now, from what I believe is any ISO bank can go to you directly, Matt. You guys can set up a reseller agreement. That's going to be a little bit more intensive because you're obviously going to have minimums and a little bit more strategic. But anybody can refer a merchant over to you, and then they'll obtain the payments. And you guys have, I know, like a bounty. What does that all look like for reseller versus referral relationship? If I'm a reseller, I want to obviously do a lot more volume. If I'm someone who just has a few merchants here and there, would love to understand what that dynamic looks like.
Sure. So all resellers, whether you have a signed agreement with us or not, who are reselling on behalf of the end user merchant, are eligible for a buy rate of all of our software solution offerings. So as I had touched on in the PowerPoint presentation, our online ordering solution retails for $49.99 per month. Partners, resellers, merchant services companies, all of would have access to a buy rate of $39.99 a month, and then you can flip it, resell it back to them at $49.99 if you want to upsell a little bit more as a service. You could do that as well. You control the pricing at that point. Your wholesale buy rate to us for this solution, when it comes time, when after this is all said and done, will be $39.99 a month. We retail it for direct sale self signups for $49.99 per month.
Perfect. And one quick thing, a lot of questions around the delivery apps. Do you integrate with any delivery apps? What does that experience look like? I'm a restaurant. I'm already maybe intertwined with Grubhub, Uber Eats, DoorDash. I use this as a separate software. And obviously, what are the benefits of that?
Sure. Great question. So we presently today do not integrate with Grubhub, Uber Eats, Delivery.com, Caviar at all. Okay. So this would be your own personal proprietary website to try to drive traffic to and receive orders to and from. Now, the benefit of having your own online ordering site versus one of those third-party delivery or order in advance solutions is really twofold. Number one, they will rip 27% to 33% of your margin for every order that is placed with their system. So not only are you losing more margin on sales made through those services, if you take them onto your site directly, you could even offer them a 10% discount because you don't have to raise the prices of your products because you're in control, you have the flexibility, it is your online site. The second benefit of it is, instead of driving the traffic to those sites where all of your competitors are, you're driving them to your own. So you're controlling more of your customer base or your patronage base exposure to you versus you and all the other restaurants, all of your other competitors that are out there in your local geography and local territory. So would highly advise and urge that even for me, when I take my eHopper hat off and put my, Matt Flaherty, I'm a consumer hat on, if I can order from a business's website directly, I'll do so.
And Matt, what processors do you integrate with? I mean, so guys, if you're already selling Poynt or Boomtown, you can basically go to Matt directly and you can sell the eHopper POS software on Poynt. You can also sell this software, again, the order online for retail, salons, spas, restaurants. You can do that directly with Matt. You don't need to have Boomtown involved. We do the support for eHopper as well. So, Matt, what processors do you work with?
Great question. So we are processor neutral. Okay. So we integrate with TSYS, First Data, Elevon, EPX, Vantiv. Those are just the top ones. We're working on an integration on the PAC side with Heartland, and there's a couple of others that we're actively seeking integrations with. But those are the ones that we do work with at present today.
And do you have text notifications for your order online software?
No, we don't. However, and this goes for a lot of things that might not out of the box work or integrate with the online ordering platform. Because our solution is built on the bones of a WooCommerce shopping cart, if there's a plugin for it, we can probably find a way to integrate with it. So if there is a plugin, which I'm sure that there is, for integrating SMS text messaging service for orders, receipts, for just the online component, this would not be available for the in-store, in-house POS eHopper software. But for the online ordering piece, if there's a plugin for it, we can make it happen.
In loyalty gift cards, do you guys have that built into your software for an option?
We have a native loyalty rewards program that is built in. There is an added cost component for the loyalty program. It is an additional $10 per month for every 1,000 loyalty swipes. Now, what constitutes a loyalty swipe is any time a loyalty point is earned or accrued. So whether or not you have your program set by visit, I earn points per visit. Or by dollar amount spent, I earn X amount of points for X amount of dollars spent on a ticket. You would earn points that you can redeem for X amount of dollars translatable in value that you, again, set in the rules in the back office to redeem for a discount on your next subsequent order. Okay? So that's our loyalty rewards program. We have one. It's native. It's an additional $10 a month for 1,000 times a point is earned or accrued. That's number one. Number two, gift cards. While our POS in store handles and treats gift card and gift certificate transactions as a standalone transaction, we do fully support the use of the sale of gift cards for the online ordering piece, as well as the redemption of gift cards and gift certificates for the online ordering piece. So we can process transactions for gift cards and gift certificates in the online environment. However, that is exclusive to the online piece for now.
And real quick, I'm going to go over to my screen just for a second so we can show them a few more things, show this window. Some other questions. Someone asked if you integrate with TSYS. Yes, we went over that. You do integrate with TSYS. Does eHopper allow the customers to keep does eHopper allow the merchants to keep the customer information? And what I mean by that, Matt, is if I have a bunch of customers going on my online cart and checking out, do I get that email? Do I get that contact information for that customer?
Yes, you will. Yes, you will. And
that's
you
a
can
huge benefit, guys.
You can also see, it will also build and create a customer account profile for that customer, and you will be able to see all of their transaction history that they do with their business. And obviously, it's tied into the loyalty program, right? Because you would need to keep track of transactions, to keep track of points. So you get that added benefit as well. Their contact information now, you can export that data into a mass email marketing tool like a MailChimp or a Constant Contact, just to name two off the top of my head. And now you can stay in contact with your merchant, with your customer base about news, events, promotions, discounts, and things that you're running at your store or restaurant.
And also, I got a question about cash discount. One thing I love about eHopper is they do have built-in cash discount. Of course, that's not going to work for online, but for in-person payments, they do have a cash discount feature. So that's a huge win in that regard. Matt, can you guys, he's asking if you can reprogram an iPad ecosystem. iPads, obviously, it's you just download the app, and if you have an account, you're good to go. An ELO system, are you guys able to re-encrypt, different terminals?
The re-encryption process is inefficient and too time-consuming. It would be, you would just be better off getting a net new terminal at the end of the day. Re-encrypting the device,
yeah, appreciate the honesty.
It's such a pain in the neck. You're better off just buying a net new device.
But an iPad and Android tablet's pretty straightforward, guys. And then what do I need if I'm just using the online piece, right? To start, I'm a restaurant, I'm just using the online piece. do I just need a computer? What kind of hardware do I need to kind of, get going?
All you would need is some kind of device that can access a Chrome browser. So whether that's a Windows PC, laptop, a Android tablet, Lenovo, Samsung Galaxy Tab A. If you want to steal your kid's iPad, you can use that. If you want to repurpose your old Square iPad, right, you can use we can hijack that iPad as well. Any device that would just give you simple usage access to two components, the back office and the front end. Now it'll be an eHopper Essential account. It'll be a free account. There will only be one user to clock in and clock out to use that free application. But you can use that free application for the back office inventory control to push out your products out to the e-commerce platform.
Perfect. So guys, you just need to grab a web address, computer, iPad, and let's not forget, Matt, what you mentioned. Basically, you guys are doing 3 months for free online right now, which is a huge driver for you, and obviously very, I think everyone's very grateful, and it's super systematic that you're doing that for everybody, just because, obviously what's going on, people are going through some pretty hard times right now. So obviously it's really gracious of you guys, something to take advantage of. I did chat everybody in Matt's email, so if you have more questions, or you can always email me. A few more questions right now. People, if you finance the equipment, that's up to you as an organization. If you finance the equipment, eHopper necessarily isn't really a hardware company. They are a POS company, and they have software for this online. Your hardware, it's like our reseller channel. You guys run your hardware. You guys run your payments. So you guys decide on how you want to sell to the merchant in that regard. But you can obviously buy through eHopper. They have the hardware online. You can go through the hardware shop. I don't believe that there's financing. I think you do have to buy it up front. Is that correct?
We do support leasing and finance, but honestly, resellers out there, you guys are going to get a better cut from an Ascentium Capital or First Data Global Leasing than you would with us. We do offer it, but not for nothing. If you have your own third-party relationship with leasing, I would tell you to do that.
And guys, I'm getting a lot of questions that are technical, like what kind of computer does my merchant need? Do I need like a Chrome browser? Like in today's age, again, they need to grab a web address from a browser. I always suggest universally use Chrome, use Explorer, use Safari. I think Firefox is fine. If they are using something other than that, God bless them. I don't know how they do that, but that's what I would suggest. Matt, you have any suggestions around that? I don't want to go into details on what computer you need, because honestly, there's a lot of different types of computers out there, and I'm not going to go through each model.
Yes. So if you are using eHopper from a laptop or a PC, it must be a Chrome browser. It is exclusive to the Chrome browser. The system will not work with any other browser type not named Google Chrome. As far as tablets go, whether it's the iPad or a Lenovo or a Samsung tablet, you would just download the eHopper app from either the Google Play Store or the Apple Store.
What does setting up the menu look like online, setting up the menu on the POS with eHopper?
So our support and delivery team will do the initial jumpstart, the initial load of your products, inventory, prices, and modifiers or matrices if it's a retailer with products with variants. We will do that initial load for the merchants complimentary at no added cost. After that initial load and after training takes place, then any changes, edits, or modifications will need to be made by the merchant. But we will populate and load in an effort to jumpstart merchants completely free.
That's awesome. Okay, so guys, they'll get you going, but obviously they're not going to maintain the menu. Your merchant will need to learn how to update and change things on the menu, but they do have a team that will jumpstart the program, get you going, which is obviously super helpful and very valuable for your sales. So again, guys, 3 months for free. I just chatted you all Matt's email if you have questions for him. I keep getting this question. You guys are cash discount fiends. Yes, but for the 15th time, it does have a cash discount option. I don't know how many more times I can say yes to that, but Matt, anything you want to add about the cash discount option? Like I've gotten asked literally 10 times in this these questions.
Yeah, sure. No, it's fine. So just so everybody knows out there, we support both cash discounting and credit card surcharging, obviously in the states where it is not prohibited. So say it loud and clear once again, we support cash discounting and we also support credit card surcharging.
So definitely take advantage of this. I know it's a great way, as I mentioned. The reason I wanted to bring that on is because they're in our ecosystem. We work with eHopper on a daily basis. They're available, their app is available in the Poynt terminal, which is obviously relevant to a lot of our resellers on here. They also have this online feature that's available for free for 3 months. They're very easy to work with. You're going to own the payments. You're still going to own the merchant. Matt and his team are very creative, and they'll get your merchant up and running. And they've been very helpful at getting a lot of these, a lot of our resellers, some new business they probably wouldn't have been able to get if the situation that's happened didn't happen. So, it's a great way to take advantage of what's going on right now. And it's a great way to help merchants. I mean, truthfully, a lot of these retail shops in these small towns and even, the outskirts of cities have not had an online shopping cart, whether they're restaurant, retail, or even a booking system as a salon and spa. So here's a great way to say, I'm going to give you 3 months. And then, when things start to calm down from this whole, basically COVID-19, then it's a great way to start a new conversation and say, hey, by the way, do you want to try out the POS? They might want to try it all out at first, right? And so we've shown the hardware. They're agnostic. They have great hardware options. I love. It looks great on the Poynt terminal, but I also love their all-in-one touchscreen POS, which is customer-facing display screen. They have the HP one on the left here. So I went to their offices in New York last year around this time and absolutely fell in love with their hardware. They have a lot of great options for all different sizes of merchants. So just to give everybody some time back, feel free to reach out to Matt or myself if you have questions. I just chatted everybody Matt's email. You have my email, joey@goboomtown.com. I'll put that in here as well. And then if you registered, not even if you joined today, if you registered for this webinar, you'll get a follow-up email with all this information as well. We will also do some future trainings with Matt once things calm down a little bit. I know that we're all really busy in trying to get our merchants help. We'll do more trainings with your agents and your sales reps. So Matt, if you don't mind, maybe we'll set that up in a few weeks just to do an actual full-on training for the sales reps. Does that sound good to you?
Happy to do so. More than happy to do so.
All right, cool. So I'll coordinate with you, and then my follow-up email for everybody I'll have here. Let's do a training session with Matt. Not as much of an overview. Let's actually dive into what this looks like from a POS standpoint and what it looks like from an online standpoint. And then, we should be good to go, guys. I know there's more questions, so just reach out if you need it. Again, I chatted you Matt's email in my email, so just go to the chat on the right side on the control panel, click chat, and you'll see the emails right there. If not, email me, joey@goboomtown.com, and I'll get you everything you need, okay? Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great day. Matt, thank you so much for joining us. Really, really appreciate it, and we'll talk with everyone soon.
Thank you. All the best to everybody out there. Stay safe.
All right. Absolutely, Matt. You too. Thanks so much, everyone.
Bye-bye.